Hello everyone, welcome to our next maths lesson where we're looking at multiplying non-unit fractions by integers. So just remember that a non-unit fraction is any fraction where the denominator is not a 1. So all of these are non-unit fractions just because the numerator is not a 1. So practicing those, just remember our numerator is word of the day, because when you multiply a fraction by an integer, a whole number, the only number that changes is the numerator. The denominator stays the same. Right, we're going to do some recap questions to warm us up today. Okay, so it says find the value of the missing numbers. So 2 and something sevenths equals 18 watts. So just have a pause and decide if you think it's A, 4 and 7, B, it's not possible, C, 18 and 7, D, 18 and 9. Okay, hopefully you've decided which letter you think it is after you've paused it and had a think. So, I'm going to tell you straight away, it is possible, so it cannot be B. If we had 18 sevenths here, that wouldn't be correct because a mixed number has to include a whole number, an integer, and a proper fraction. So it cannot be that. It also cannot be that for the same reason. And also 18 divided by 9 is 2 wholes. I'll definitely be bigger than 2 wholes. How about 2 and 4 sevenths and 18? So 2, it was 2 and 4 sevenths and 18 sevenths. So 2 times 7 is 14, plus 4 is 18. So this is correct. So well done if you chose A. Okay, so Phoebe has 23/4 meters of ribbon. She gives away 5 meters of ribbon. How much ribbon does she have left? So think about what your sum is. Could you work out what this is in quarters? How many quarters in a whole? You've got 5 lots of it. And then work out whether you think the answer is A, B, C or D. So pause the video until you've decided which letter you think it is. Right, so we need to work out how many quarters we've got in 5 meters. So remember that 4 quarters equals 1 whole. And we've got 5 lots of that, so we're basically doing 5 times 4 quarters. 5 times 4, remember the numerator is the only one that changes, is 20 quarters. So the question we're actually asking is, what is 23 quarters take away 20 quarters? So we're just doing 23 because we know the denominator stays the same. 23 take away 20, which equals 3. So the answer is 3 quarters, don't forget units, of a meter. So D is the correct answer. Okay, last one of these recap questions. What mixed number is the arrow pointing to? So notice at the moment these are improper fractions. So what could you do to those to make this one easier for yourself? And then decide whether you think the answer is A, B, C or D. Okay, so you've decided which letter you think it is, A, B, C or D. I'm just going to go through these and which one it is. So it says which mixed number, so it can't be that, even though 11, 12, 13, 14 fits, that would be 14 fifths. It's asking for a mixed number. So what you could do is you could convert these into mixed numbers and count on or. You know that that's going to be 11, 12, 13, 14 fifths. Just convert this into a mixed number. So let's do that here. So 14 fifths. How many fifths in a whole? 5 fifths in a whole. How many 5s in 14? So 5, 10, 15. So 15 is 3 lots. That's too big. So it's got to be 2 lots. So it's got to be 2 wholes, which is 2 lots of 5 is 10. And I've got 14. So I must have 4 fifths left over. So the answer you're looking for is C. 2 and 4 fifths. So well done if you got that. Okay, so there's a few more warm-up questions here. So just pause the video, have a look through those, and then we'll go through the answers. Okay, so hopefully you've got the answers to those. We're going to go through those now. So 4 times 1/9. Remember, the numerator is the only one that changes when you're timesing by an integer. It's 4/9 because it's just 4 times 1, 4 on the top. Which one is correct? 1/5 times 4 is 4/20, or 1/5 times 4 is 4/5. It's this one. They've got it wrong because they've times the denominator by 4 as well. It should just be 4 times 1 on the top. Denominator stays the same, 4/5. The next one says, so which fraction is equal to 11 times 1/5? So you're basically saying, what is 11 times 1? It's 11/5, and then they've converted it into a mixed number. So 11/5 is 11 times 1/5. Because it's 11 lots of 1/5. If you added 1/5 11 times, you get 11/5. Then it's asking how many 5s in 11. So you've got 2 wholes, 2 lots of 5/5, and 1/5 left over. So that's the answer there. Then we've got how many 13ths. So how many 13ths times 3 equals 3/13. So it's basically saying what times 3 is 3. And we know that's 1. So 1/13 times 3 is 3/13. Right, so let's look at multiplying non-unit fractions, any fraction where the numerator is not 1, by integers, which are whole numbers. Just check, yeah, careful, press the wrong button there. So Ron drinks 2/9 of a litre of orange juice each day for 3 days. How much orange juice does Ron drink during the 3 days altogether? So we've got 3 lots of 2/9. So we could say 2/9, add 2/9, add 2/9, and we know that we only add the numerator, so you're going to get 6/9. Or we could say 2/9 times 3, which is also 6/9, because you remember the denominator stays the same. 2 times 3 is 6/9, and then we could simplify that because we know they're both in the 3 times table. You can divide top and bottom by 3 to get to 2/3. I'm not sure what this little line represents, so just ignore that. That's nothing. Okay, then we've got 2/7 times 3. Let's see what Tiny's got to say. 2 times 3 equals 6. 7 times 3 equals 21. So the answer is 6/21. Have a think about that. Is Tiny correct? If not, why not? So Tiny is incorrect, and he's forgotten the golden rule, which is you only multiply the numerator, because it's 3 times 2, which is 6. You're still going to be working in sevenths. The sevenths do not change, so it's going to be 2/7 plus 2/7 plus 2/7, which is, if we count those, how many parts out of 7 shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sevenths. And that's what 6/21 would look like, which is much, much smaller than the actuality of 6/7. Right, so let's have a look through this question. So 2/11 plus 2/11, tell yourself what the answer to that is. It's the same as 2 times 2/11, because it's the same as 2 lots of 2/11, which is 4/11. Okay, so here we've got 3/10 times 3, so that is the same as what plus what plus what, and then what do you think the answer is? So if you were to shade that in, what's the answer? So just have a think about that, pause the video if you need to. Right, so 3/10 times 3 is the same as saying 3/10 plus 3/10 plus 3/10, and you'll see we've shaded in 3/10 each time there, and that is 9/10. It's 3 times 3 equals 9, denominator stays the same, or 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9, denominator stays the same. Right, great place to pause and have a go at questions 1 to 4 on the worksheet if you want to take a break from the video. If not, just continue watching to the end as per usual. Here we have 4 times 2/7. So we're going to have this in an improper fraction, and then we're going to convert it into a mixed number. So 4 times 2/7. Let's have a look at that on a number line. So that's, if we go from 0 to 1, that's the sevenths you're going to get in between. So 0, 1 seventh, 2 sevenths, 3 sevenths, 4 sevenths, 5 sevenths, 6 sevenths. So we just labelled this number line, and then that continues up. So now I'm going to go into improper fractions, because 1 whole is the same as 7 sevenths. Add a seventh, you get 8 sevenths, and we continue all the way to 2 sevenths. 2 wholes, which is worth 14 sevenths. So what is 4 lots of 2 sevenths? So let's count through. So 1 lot is 2 sevenths, 4 sevenths is 2 lots, 6 sevenths is 3 lots, 8 sevenths is 4 lots. So you might like this number line approach, or you could just do 4 times the numerator, which is 8. Denominator stays the same. The answer is 8 sevenths. So it's asking you what that is as a mixed number. That is 1 and 1 sevenths, because there's 1 whole in there, 7 sevenths, plus 1 remaining to make up the 8. Right, so pause the video and have a go at these. So 13 times 3 eighths, 5 6 times 6, 3 elevenths times what is 3. So think, when you get your answer, do you need to convert it into a mixed number? Because if you get an improper fraction, that's what you should be doing. Pause the video, make sure you do those. Right, so we've got 13 times 3 eighths, which is 39 eighths, because 13 times 3 is 39. So a quick recap of that, we could split our 13 as 10, times it by 3 times 3. Just a quick recap, multiplication, 10 times 3 is 30, 3 times 3 is 9, so 13 times 3 is 39. So that's a bit of a sidetracked recap on multiplication there. So 39 eighths, how many eighths? 39, so we've got 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. So 40 is too big, so we must have 4 wholes, because 4 times 8 is 32. How many have you got left over? Difference between 39 and 32 is 7, so it must be 4 and 7 eighths. Next one is 5 sixths times 6, just times that numerator. 5 times 6 is 30. The denominator stays the same. So how many 6s in 30? So I'll go through my 6s. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. Oh, so it's exactly in the 6 times table. And that's 5 times 6. So that must mean it is 5 wholes. Okay, so last one is 3 elevenths times what is 3 wholes? Okay, so we know that 3 wholes is 33 elevenths, because each whole is worth 11 elevenths. So you're just adding that together 3 times to get 33. Then we're saying 3 times what is 33? 3 times 11 is 33. The denominator stays the same. Okay, so here we've got one which says something times something ninths equals 4. So if you have a little think, let me just see if that have the think thing comes up. Oh, it doesn't. Have a little think, you might have seen it there, about what the amount of, how many ninths there are in 4. I'm just going to go to that because you probably saw it. So there are 36 ninths in 4 wholes, because remember each whole is worth 9 ninths. You've got 4 lots of those. 4 times 9 is 36 ninths. Let me get rid of that. So what times how many ninths equals 36 ninths? So we've got some options for there. So we need to look at factors of 36. So what times what equals 36? So we could have 36 times 1. The fraction is a non-unit fraction. So what else can we have? We have 18 times 2. So we can have 18 in here times 2, because 18 times 2 is 36. Are there any other factors? Ooh. Skips past it. So are there any other factors? How about, oh, we know that 4 times 9. So we could have 4 times 9 is 36. And remember, it's commutative. So the 18 could be over here and the 2 could be there. You're still going to get 36. So 4 times 9 is 36. 6 times 6 is 36. So we could have a 6 here times a 6 here. 6 times 6 is 36, and the denominator stays the same. I wonder if there's any other factors that I might have missed. I'm not sure if there is, but there might be. Or just thought of one. I'm going to write it just in case you don't know. So 3 times 12 is 36. So we could have 3 times 12 ninths or 12 times 3 ninths. It's going to be the same answer because multiplication is commutative, which means it doesn't matter which way around you do it, you're going to get the same answer. Okay, thank you very much for listening once again. Your assignments are on Teams or Tapestry, and I look forward to seeing how you do. Remember, if you need help, either look at the video again to see a similar method or come to the help session and ask. I believe that was our last home learning maths lesson. So I'll see you on Monday. Thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.